community is everything. We are social beings, and if you don't have community, you need to find it. Community that is aligned with who you are, because nothing else will do. If you want to be sane, if you want to be supported, if you want to be grounded, if you want to be effective, if you want to have real impact, if you want to be truly balanced, if you want true shift in the world, in your life, transformation in the systems around you, transformation in the collective, community is so powerful. And I see this time and time again, and I had to sort this out. I had to seek it out. I had to find it. I had to embrace it. Nice bit of sunset there. Beautiful. And so, yeah, this is what I'm going to share briefly in this video. Jody Dean here. I help you with navigating your spiritual awakening, with activating and embodying your soul purpose, and deeply, authentically self-expression. Or a better way to say would that be deeply sharing your authentic expression of who you really are. So there are no mistakes, and what I just did there is just show you that you can do this live, you can do this uncut, you can be real. You don't have to have everything perfect and all your words in perfect synchronicity and everything else, because hey, life is raw. And again, the more real you can be, the more that is going to actually impact others, because they're like, oh, I don't have to wear a mask. Oh, look, this Jody guy, he's not wearing a mask. He's just being himself. He's being who he is. And I'm being who I am. And it is fine. It is beautiful. It is what we have to be. And it's who we truly are. So why pretend? Why pretend to be someone else, something else? You can only be who you are. It's so much work being something other than who you really are. So it's the deepest relaxation. It's the deepest let go to really allow yourself. Anyway, back to community. Community! So more and more I see this, we have to seek out, align with those other souls, those other beings on this planet that are mirroring who we are and our values. And if we don't have that, if we don't have people around us who are mirroring and sharing our values, guess what happens? We feel alienated, we feel isolated, we feel alone, and we feel like, oh, I can't do this. And we can feel discouraged. And so this is really like a really big piece of it all that I've discovered. It was also kind of given to me on a plate, because, you know, I went off early in my 20s. Well, actually, when I was like 16, and went to gatherings where there was community of like-hearted souls, community on a spiritual journey. And I learned so much. I grew so much through that. And it's now looking back on it, it's like, oh my God, that was a key. That was such a powerful key, because I was surrounded by people who were sharing my values and sharing the truths that I was opening to and expanding in. And that's so big, that's so huge. And then in my 20s again, I did the same. And this time it was to India. And I've been held by those communities in so much challenge, in so much difficulty. I've been held. And I really feel such gratitude for that. Such appreciation for that. Such thankfulness for that. I wanted to share that because we need this more than ever. And you know, look what happened in the pandemic, plandemic, however you want to phrase it. Look what happened. People sought out their interest groups online, connected, because we weren't able to connect in groups, in the physical, in person. And so a lot of people went down rabbit holes. And I personally gravitated towards Mexico because I was like, well, this crazy world, I'm not having it. I'm going somewhere else where people of like heart and like mind are gathering. And that happened to me to be Mexico at the time. And I found wonderful community there, connection. And then it was Guatemala. And again, I found wonderful, spiritually aligned community, people that shared amazing values of the new earth, of healing, of spiritual growth, of self-mastery. And this is kind of also what I go and do. I seek out community, whether it's community of the spirit, of the heart, or whether it's in the arts. If it's, my particular interests, is art, dance, writing. I was just at a writing workshop yesterday. I was just at a dance event yesterday. I danced and then I hung out with the people afterwards, and that's a community right there. That's a support right there. I have community in the rose energy as well. So that's a community that's developing and growing around the kind of mystical path of the rose. I have community around what I'm doing, and I'm creating that myself, right? The kind of freedom, sharing your gifts, sharing your vision, sharing your medicine, and bringing others up, right? And then also creating a freedom lifestyle for yourself, right? Where you're offering real transformation, and that's another community that I'm personally creating, and I've benefited from other communities. So meditation, right? Going to, I lived in a community in India for a year and a half, about 10 years ago, and then it was another one I was in like 20 years ago as well in India, which is consciousness and meditation. And I journeyed so much, I went so deep in that communal space, in that community, again being surrounded by like hearts, like souls, like beings, like minds. So I really encourage that. It's so powerful to create your own community, to be your own community, and to find it, to gravitate towards community that is support for you, gravitate towards community which is going to uplift you, which is going to share your vibe, which is going to magnify who you are, magnify the good in you, magnify in that which wants to shine out of you, that which wants to radiate out of you. This is key, this is so key. So bless on that note, because the more we can find this and co-create it, the better it is. The better it is for all of us, and the better it is for the planet. Because the stronger we are as conscious leaders, as light workers, then the higher the frequency in the planet, and the more a shift can happen quicker and faster, and less suffering is going to be around, less separation is going to be around, less turmoil is going to be around, and this shift is going to be easier for all of us. It's going to be a tremor rather than an earthquake. And so I'll leave you on that note. If you're interested in anything I have to offer, please check out the description, and type freedom in the comments. If you're interested in the freedom key, I will actually make a link for that as well. And of course, if you want to book a call to get some clarity and activate your vision, then do that. There's a link in the comments. Be courageous, shine your light, radiate, be bright. I've been Jody Dean. Take care. Remember, community. Bye.